Hello friends. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm going to explain episode 8 of the new Thai BL series, Love Like a Bike. Please support me by subscribing to my channel. Thank you. The story continues. Nabnung began to regain consciousness. At that moment, Mrs. Palin was there waiting for him. Nabnung called out to his mother. Mrs. Palin quickly approached and asked how he was. Nabnung said he was thirsty. She immediately gave him water. Nabnung forgot that his back hurt. Mrs. Palin asked if she should call a doctor. But he said it wasn't necessary. He only felt stiff and would recover soon. Mrs. Palin reminded him that if he felt pain, he had to tell her immediately. Mrs. Lotta came to visit Nabnung. When Mrs. Palin was about to leave, Nabnung stopped her and held her hand. Mrs. Lotta thanked him for saving his sister. Nabnung said it was nothing. He was a doctor. Helping people was his duty. He asked about Nene. Mrs. Lotta explained that the transplant was successful, and Nene was now in a sterile room, waiting for the new blood cells to start working. Nabnung said he would visit her soon. Mrs. Lotta felt awkward around him. Luxa, Tawan, and Siloam arrived, bringing a lot of food. Mrs. Lotta felt her presence wasn't important, and chose to leave. Mrs. Palin chased after her, and asked if she didn't want to stay longer. Mrs. Lotta said she needed to check on Nene, and didn't want to leave her alone too long. Mrs. Palin said she could visit anytime. Hearing that, Mrs. Lotta said she wasn't surprised Nabnung had grown into such a good man. He wouldn't be who he was now if he had grown up with her. She thanked Mrs. Palin for raising him well. They both cried and hugged. Mrs. Lotta entrusted Nabnung to Mrs. Palin. In Nava's hospital room, he asked Sky what if the surgery didn't work. What if cancer cells were still there? Sky told him not to think like that. The doctor came and asked if Nava still felt pain. Nava said a little. The doctor gave the report, saying there was no need to worry. Nava could go home and recover in a few days. Sky asked if the cancer could return. The doctor explained that the tumor had been removed through laparoscopy, and they would continue with radiation therapy to ensure all remaining cells were gone. If Nava followed instructions, he would recover soon. He also needed to maintain a healthy lifestyle. Nava and Sky thanked the doctor. After the doctor left, they both felt relieved, just as Sky had said. Nava's illness could be treated. Nava thanked him for giving him the courage to seek treatment. At Dindin's house, he returned and surprised his grandmother. He had received a loan from Madame Amy to redeem their house from the loan sharks. Madame Amy said they could repay anytime, even without interest, and she let them keep the ownership documents. Dindin's grandmother said Madame Amy was a kind person. She was happy and touched. Dindin added that now they could reopen the shop. After Nabnung recovered, he was seen riding a bicycle delivering coffee to Siloam's house. Siloam said he didn't order coffee, but Nabnung said his boyfriend was special. Siloam thanked him and invited him inside. While drinking coffee, Siloam remembered Lemon's words, not to overthink. Lemon believed Nabnung had moved on, but James wasn't sure. Some people couldn't forget their ex. Nabnung snapped Siloam out of his thoughts and asked what he was thinking. Siloam asked if Nabnung was serious when he introduced him as his boyfriend, or just trying to make Yanan jealous. If Nabnung hadn't moved on, Siloam said he could understand. He could wait. Nabnung approached, held his hand, and said his feelings for Yanan were over. He didn't know exactly when, but now he only loved his current boyfriend, the one sitting in front of him. Siloam smiled shyly. Nabnung kissed his cheek, and Siloam kissed him back. At Mrs. Palin's shop, Sky brought Nava there. At first, Mrs. Palin was curious, while Tawan teased Sky. As Sky explained, Nava needed continuous radiation therapy. He wanted Nava to recover and stay by his side. Nava even promised that after getting better, He would find a job and move out. But Mrs. Palin said he didn't need to go anywhere. Since he was Sky's boyfriend, he was like her child now, and could help take care of Sky. Sky and Nava were told to sit, and she would join them later. At the clinic, during therapy, Siloam said that when he was aware, he didn't feel anything, but sometimes he still got startled when touched suddenly. Dr. Ying said that as long as he was no longer afraid of touch, it was great progress. She was proud of him. And he should be proud of himself too. If he continued treatment, she believed he would fully recover. Outside, Nabnung waited. When Siloam came out, he asked how it went. Siloam told him to ask Dr. Ying himself, but Nabnung said he couldn't. Medical ethics. Siloam then asked about doctors and patients falling in love. Nabnung said it wasn't allowed, and explained why, but although he was a doctor, Siloam wasn't his patient. Siloam realized that was why Nabnung refused to be his psychiatrist. Nabnung held his hand and said, if Siloam were his patient, they couldn't be lovers. Embarrassed, Siloam went home. At home, while Nabnung waited, Siloam went to get him water. Suddenly, his phone rang. He saw news about a doctor arrested for abusing a 14-year-old boy, with more than 20 victims. Siloam was shocked, and his trauma returned. Nabnung came and calmed him. After calming down, Siloam said the doctor was his stepfather. Nabnung asked if he was okay. Siloam said yes. He was actually relieved that his stepfather faced consequences and couldn't hurt others anymore. Nabnung hugged him. Dindin was busy helping his grandmother. When Tawan came, Dindin asked why he was there. Tawan said he just wanted to check on him. Since Dindin stopped coming to the cafe, and only sent desserts, he hadn't seen him at all. Dindin joked that if Tawan missed him, he should just say so. At first, Tawan denied it, but then admitted he did. Dindin smiled. They went to the beach together. Tawan asked why Dindin hadn't been coming to the cafe. Dindin said he had reopened the shop, and wanted to succeed, so his grandmother could have a better life. Tawan was happy to hear that. Dindin then asked about him. How long he would stay a bike mechanic. Tawan was surprised. Dindin showed him a news post, suggesting he should return as a pilot, for a better future. Tawan got angry, and told him not to interfere. He walked away. Dindin followed him, and mentioned the child who died. Tawan became even angrier, and punched him. When he was about to hit him again, Dindin allowed it, if it would make him feel better. Dindin said it was an accident. No one wanted it to happen. Tawan shouted that it was his fault, that Sam died because of him. Dindin asked how long he would keep blaming himself, and whether he had thought about the people who loved him. Tawan could feel guilty forever if he wanted, but forgiving himself wasn't easy. Still, he shouldn't do it only for himself. He had to think about Mrs. Palin, his family, and the people who loved him. Tawan needed to stop punishing himself. Tawan cried and hugged Dindin. That night at Siloam's house, while hugging Nabnung, Siloam said he didn't want to return to America, and asked if he could stay forever. Nabnung said he couldn't. Siloam had to finish his studies. Siloam felt it was unfair. They had just grown close, and now he had to leave. He hadn't had enough time with Nabnung. When Nabnung asked what kind of moments, Siloam kissed him, and Nabnung kissed him back. The next day, Dindin delivered orders to the shop. He said he came in person because he missed everyone. Later, he looked for Tawan, but found Sky instead. Sky said Tawan had gone to Bangkok for work, and he had taken over the shop. Dindin was shocked, because Tawan hadn't told him. Meanwhile, there was a farewell party for Siloam. He thanked Mrs. Palin, and said he would miss her cooking. Sky told him to graduate quickly, so he wouldn't make Nabnung wait too long. Siloam promised to study hard, and return as soon as possible. While packing, Lemon said he would miss him, and James said not to be dramatic. He wasn't going to war. Siloam admitted he felt scared. Lemon said long-distance relationships were fine. But James wasn't sure, because distance could break relationships. Siloam left, riding his bicycle to meet Nabnung. He asked if Nabnung would keep waiting for him, and whether they would end up like his past relationship. Nabnung held his hand, and said things would be different. Siloam asked him to promise not to see anyone else, and to call him every day. Nabnung agreed, and hugged him. At night, they had video calls every day. Sometimes Siloam fell asleep during calls. Sometimes they were both busy. Nabnung even grew worried. Luxa told Mrs. Palin that Nabnung had been gloomy for a week, just like when he broke up with Yanan. Mrs. Palin said it wasn't the same. At the shop, Dindin came again. When he entered, he was surprised it was crowded. Luxa explained, and Dindin asked about Tawan. Before Luxa could answer, Tawan arrived in a pilot uniform. Dindin responded by hitting him. Elsewhere, Sky and Nava were doing a photo shoot with Man and his partner. Tawan chased Dindin. Dindin angrily asked where he had been. He had called and texted, but got no reply. Tawan said he became a pilot again, just like Dindin wanted. He apologized for not replying, and said he wanted Dindin to be proud of him, just as he was proud of Dindin. He worked hard to become a pilot again, and wanted Dindin to be his lover. Dindin agreed, seeing Tawan in that outfit. He found him very attractive, and wanted to undress him immediately. They kissed. Meanwhile, Nabnung missed Siloam deeply, and watched an old video of him drunk, telling him to wait. Nabnung went to the beach, and watched it again, then was shocked to see Siloam there. Siloam hugged him tightly. They teased each other about not answering calls. Siloam revealed he had transferred back from the US to Thailand, so they would share the same time zone. Now Nabnung had to answer his calls. Nabnung agreed, and even said he wanted to register their marriage immediately. Siloam told him to calm down, since he was still a student. Nabnung kissed him. They hugged each other. They were later seen riding bicycles together with the others. Siloam asked if Nabnung remembered their first bike ride. He didn't like cycling at first, but went because of him. Nabnung said he knew. His eyes told him. Siloam said now he loved it more than anything. But honestly, he could do anything, as long as he was with Nabnung. That was all he needed. Nabnung kissed Siloam, and the story of Nabnung and Siloam, along with the others, came to an end. Thank you for staying with Love Like a Bike until the final episode. I hope this story leaves a lasting impression on your heart. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next story.